Welcome to the Explainer. So, what if you could create a viral video, one that gets millions of views using a super simple AI formula? Well, today, we're going to break down the exact step-by-step method one creator is using to do just that.
Okay, let's start with the results because they are pretty mind-blowing. This creator, using the exact method we're talking about, pulled in a staggering 10 million views on, get this, a single video. And it had only been up for a day. And you know what those views turned into? Subscribers. A lot of subscribers. With this simple, repeatable formula, they gained an incredible 4 million of them.
And here's the real kicker. They did all of this with just 74 videos. Not thousands, not hundreds, 74. That just shows you the power of the AI method we're about to dive into.
So, the big question is, how can you do this, right? How can you replicate this insane success? Well, we're about to walk you through the exact steps. Let's get right into it. All right, here's the game plan. We're going to cover the whole journey, starting with the core viral formula itself. Then we'll get hands-on, crafting a story, generating the images, animating them, and then assembling the final video. And of course, we'll talk about the big one, how you actually make money from all this.
So, what's the secret sauce here? It all starts with a simple but, incredibly powerful formula that's all about emotional storytelling.
The entire strategy is built on this really universal, super emotional narrative. Just imagine a small puppy saving a child from a storm, or maybe a tiny kitten rescuing someone from a fire. It's that classic hero story, right? It just taps right into our core emotions. And the genius part is, it's all done without any spoken words, just really compelling music and powerful visuals that can connect with anyone, anywhere in the world.
Now that we've got the formula down, how do we actually create the stories? Let's get into the first practical step, using AI to generate a basically endless supply of these emotional ideas in just a few seconds. The process here is just incredibly simple. You start with a pre-made prompt that you can just copy and paste into an AI like ChatGPT. Then you just customize one tiny detail, the animal. And bam, the AI spits out multiple dramatic story outlines for you to pick from. And here's the really clever part, how simple it is to customize. By just changing that one little variable in the prompt, the animal's name, you can create a totally new theme for your channel. So instead of a puppy, your hero could be a baby rabbit or a baby panda, and you're still tapping into that same powerful feeling of innocence and bravery.
Now, for anyone who's new to this, it's helpful to think of a prompt as just a detailed command. It's basically you, the director, telling the AI exactly what kind of story or image you want it to create. The more specific you are with your prompt, the better your result is going to be.
Okay, so our story scripts are ready to go. Now it's time for the next crucial step, turning all those words into actual visuals by generating an image for every single scene. The workflow here is just as smooth. You take your story, you feed it back into ChatGPT, but this time you add an image prompt template. And what it does is it breaks the whole thing down into about 8 separate scene descriptions. Each one of those becomes a perfect prompt for an image in your video.
So where do you actually make these images? Well, the great news is there are free tools out there like PicLumen or Surtai. In these tools, you literally just paste your scene prompt, make sure you select a vertical 9:16 aspect ratio that's perfect for YouTube Shorts or TikTok, and the AI will generate a few different options for you to choose from. Easy.
We've got our static images. Now it's time for the really cool part, transforming these pictures into short, dynamic video clips that actually feel alive. This is where tools like Hello AI or Kling AI come into play. They're designed to do exactly this. You just upload your image, you give it a prompt, and it animates it for you. It's just a brilliant illustration of how accessible this tech has become for pretty much any creator. Now listen up, because this is a really critical tip for getting the best results. You want to use the exact same prompt for the animation that you used for the image. Why? Well, it's simple. This makes sure that the motion the AI creates will perfectly match the visual elements of the scene you already have. It keeps everything consistent. All right, we have all our animated scenes, so let's move on to the final assembly and see how we bring all these different pieces together into a polished, finished video. This is where the magic really happens. You bring everything into your video editor. You layer your animated clips, you can add a voiceover if you want one, and then you lay down that really emotional background music. But the final touch, the thing that really sells it, is sprinkling in those immersive sound effects, like the sound of wind or rain, to make the viewer feel like they are right there in the middle of the action.
Okay, so this is the million-dollar question, isn't it? Can you actually make money from this stuff? Well, the source we're looking at gives a very clear and very encouraging answer.
So let's get right into it. Here's exactly what you need to know to make sure your AI-driven channel is eligible to get paid through the YouTube Partner Program.
And the answer is a definitive yes. You can absolutely monetize this content. And the reason is actually pretty simple. YouTube saw this trend coming, and they built a feature specifically for creators who are using AI.
The most important thing to take away here is just be transparent. When you upload your video, YouTube is going to ask if it contains altered content. You just select yes. That's it. That tells YouTube you're playing by the rules. After that, just focus on high-quality emotional stories, great sound design, and, of course, be consistent.